What is going on, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we're talking about another news big reveal here. Really awesome, cool reveal here for the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG only, it seems. Is a brand new set called, I don't know if it's called Toon Chaos, but that's what we've got going on, and we'll get to that in a second. So, pretty much have a new reveal here of a new booster set here that's going to have some really cool support, a couple cool reprints, couple cool imports, all that stuff. Pretty cool. So let's get reading on what this has to say. As always, shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization. They are phenomenal at keeping up with news. Anyway, inspired by the first... All right, come on with this. All right, hold on. Sorry. Inspired by the first animated series Duelist Kingdom storyline, Toon Chaos introduces brand new world premiere cards for the themes played by Yugi and Pegasus during their final round. So the way it's used here when they say Toon Chaos introduces, I think this might just be the name of the set is Toon Chaos, which would be pretty cool. So also freaking world premiere cards from the themes played by Yugi and Pegasus during the final round, so we could see any new Chaos monsters, banish one light, one dark from grave, or some kind of variant of that. We've seen Levineer is the latest one, the latest like busted card like that. BLS Envoy at the beginning was like the best card for a while, like one of the best cards in the game a while ago, and it's still a good card. So that's really hype. And then Toons, wow, crazy. Actually crazy. So I'm really excited to see this. Anyway, let's get a little bit deeper. The very first Chaos monsters were used by Yugi in his duels against Mai and Pegasus, but the new Toon Blackluster Soldier has a lot more in common with the upgraded Envoy of the Beginning model from Invasion of Chaos, complete with the ability to banish your opponent's monsters. In addition to this towering titan of Toonacity, Toon Chaos has more new cards for your Toon decks to vastly increase their speed and stability. Having trouble tuning in to the tunes you were looking for? Check out the new spell cards in Toon Chaos that lets you channel surf until you find the tunes you want right out of your deck. That's actually super clean. Just stopping there real quick. That's actually so cool because we already have a card like Toon Table of Contents, right? So let's look at that. Table of Contents. So speed and stability is the two words they used specifically to talk about those. So this adds like any Toon card or a Mangareran from your deck to your hand. That's not once per turn, and it's any card. You can add Toon World. You can add any Toon Spell or Trap. You can add any Toon monster. You already have a mobilizing gauge for your entire archetype. You don't get the extra draw, but still, a not once per turn search is already busted. Combine that with this card that seems to let you find any Toon you want right out of your deck. Is really nice. So I'm really excited to see what that ends up being there. And also the new Chaos monster that has that's more along the style of Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning is really cool as well. Because it's a Toon, and he does like the banishing stuff, and if he actually has removal effects, a lot of the Toon monsters tend to not have the best effects while like on field. Once they're out, they're not as big of threats on the field, but maybe this is telling us that this Toons could be getting a couple new monsters that do allow them to actually get somewhere. They can put a couple monsters on the field, they can get some stuff, but like the stuff is just not enough payoff, so maybe we'll actually be getting some win conditions for the deck. That's what the deck really seemed to be missing for so long, so that'd be really cool as well. For the ever-popular Chaos theme, Toon Chaos also introduces new Chaos versions of older monsters, like the Chaos Creator, that can simultaneously special summon a banished monster and return the another banished monster to the deck. That's pretty good. I mean, like, all you have to do is special summon one Chaos monster already, and you probably banished at least two monsters there, and then this guy gets you a special summon of one of those monsters and a shuffle back in, so it's a lot going on there as far as like what's the recycling resources, as well as just getting another free body on the field. Depending on what you banish, that could actually be huge. There. Toon Chaos also has 3 new Chaos monsters for decks full of light and dark monsters, including a boss monster that fits perfectly into the Dream Mirror strategy. It's very interesting, from Rising Rampage and Chaos Impact. Plus, new cards to help you find those monsters and summon them. Let the chaos commence. That's really cool. I mean, this really just seems like it's going to be a whole wave. I mean, like, that's 3 monsters confirmed, and at least what? If they said new cards to help you find and summon them, so that's at least 5 cards right there. 3 monsters, and then I would say they said cards, multiple cards to help find and summon them. So that's at least 5 new cards for the Chaos archetype. I would guess there's at least around that many for Toons. I mean, if we're just talking about Toons, there's literally only 3 confirmed, because like they say cards that let you channel surf, 2 like spell cards, and then also the Blackluster Soldier. So there are at least 3 and then at least 5 Chaos. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's even a little bit more than that. I mean, they might be holding back a little bit. There might be 1 or 2 other cards in there, especially for Toons. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like 3 to 5 new Toon monsters just to like round it out. This would be so insane if like Toons and Chaos. Well, Chaos is more of like boss monsters, not as much of an archetype at the moment, but this seems like it could be the kind of thing that could possibly work with something like Nemesis, Arch Nemesis, the new like archetype coming out in Eternity Code. That could be pretty cool. I don't know. All right, finishing up. In addition, you can prepare for the Rise of the Duelist booster set with a pair of fiery new Noble Knights, and get ready for the biggest competitions of the summer with another chance to pick up Pot of Extravagance. That's such a strong finish. So like when they say the fiery new Noble Knights, I believe those are talking about the 2 new, like their names are Noble Knights, but like they don't work like Noble Knights. They're part of like that Warrior Strike redone structure deck that happened in the OCG, but it doesn't look like we'll get one here. So this is where they're importing those new cards. That new boss monster is like the big Fire Warrior. It's like the new version of Phoenix Gearfried, but not a Gemini, and it's like way better. He can like negate stuff. He can like rip bodies off the field, and he's just like a big beater. So he's actually pretty good if you can get him set up. And these guys kind of help with that. They're like fire warriors. They work really well with like Isolde and stuff. I've seen some cool cheeky decks playing them, and they might actually be something interesting to look into, especially for something like Dark Warrior type decks, stuff like that. So I'm curious to see where we go with that. But that's really cool. And then Pot of Extravagance. Cap all this news off, the Toon, the Chaos, the new Noble Knight cards, like cap all of that off with Pot of Extravagance as a reprint. That's one of the biggest reprints we've been asking for right now in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. I mean, honestly, it might be the biggest one, because now we're confirmed on Impermanence and Phantasme, which leaves like what? Just that? Like it's way too early for Lightning Storm and Magician Souls to get reprints. So like Extravagance was like the +1 card people have been clamoring for, and we finally have it confirmed here. This is really, really good news for a lot of players. Even if you're not even budget, $100+ for an auto 3 of. If you're playing a kind of deck that wants to play, if you're playing Subterrace, if you're playing Altergeist, you have to have 3 of this. That is automatic $300+ just to have 3 cards. That's too much. So this needs to go down. It will go down, and I'm really excited for those people to be able to get this at a much lower price. I'm not saying it's gonna be amazing. I don't think it's gonna drop to like 20 or anything, but like if you can at least get it for like 40, instead of playing like that could be 120 for a playset instead of 120 for 1 copy. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge strides there. And then the last sentence here says, Toon Chaos will also debut the long-requested Collector's rarity for the first time outside of Asia. 15 cards will appear in a glorious new form you'll have to see to believe. Wow, this is just a really cool set all around. I'm really excited to see what these cards are. I mean, we essentially only know 3 of them. We know what some of the cards are, but we don't know what they do. But we knew an Extravagance, and we should know what those Noble Knight cards do. But I'm really excited to see what the Toon cards, what the Chaos cards do, and what else is going to be in the set. Like, what other fill-ins do they have? I'm guessing there'll be some other really solid reprints, hopefully, to like bring in a little more hype for the set. But this looks like a really promising booster set, and 2020 is just looking that much better. Seriously, this has been like a really good year for Konami in terms of products and all that stuff. It's been really good. Specifically, the core sets have been getting better, at least Eternity Code is. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me here today, guys. Let me know what you're most excited for out of this set. Are you excited for the Toon stuff, the Chaos stuff, the Extravagance reprint, anything, Collector's Rare, the new Noble Knight cards, or whatever it is? Let me know what you're most excited for out of this set so far. And I'll keep you updated on any other information, new cards revealed for this set. I'm really excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.